Hi guys, Justin here, welcome to Farm 26, 4010 hay rack. Well, what in the world are we doing with a hay rack today? Well, I'll be honest with you, that hay rack, we use him for the tender. That's why he's got such heavy running gear under him too. You don't need that kind of running gear for a hay rack. Can't remember how many round bales he fits, but I think it's 8 and 3, 8 and 6, somewhere in there. Yeah, you don't need that heavy running gear for them. And it might only be 6 and 4. I can't remember. I haven't hauled hay on it in so long. But anyways, we're going to show you what we're going to do to beef this up for tender. So you got here's center. You can see there's a pretty good gap there. And you know, they run up all along. I guess our idea is we kind of do this number. And yeah, it's going to nearly double the steel in about 3/4 of the rack. So the seed tender actually will only sit about the middle of that vice grip on both sides when we're all said and done. So it should be plenty enough. If Dad really likes it, I might take, and where this little 10-foot chunk is, I might add him in just if Dad likes it. If he doesn't, I guess it is what it is. But we're definitely going to put these 4 of these long strings in here, and then we're going to take, I'm just going to grab a chunk of steel, and I know it's over the top, but underneath we're going to put in 3 stringers like that. Weld them all up and tight, and should be a lot stronger. So I know it's kind of windy here, but this is the tender box we're going to put on him. The front box holds fertilizer there. It holds about 5 ton. Then the back holds about 200 bushels of you know, whatever you're going to seed. So yeah, and that's kind of why he's kind of getting beefed up. So the original plan for that tender was to throw him up and on this this old Ford flat deck here. Get you a side view or a front view of that. Kind of a nice old truck. Be honest with you though, he needs a tag. He's missing a drive shaft, and just not feasible time-wise to get him up and going. It might be, might not be sometime down the road, but that was the original idea. But that hay rack just works so dang nice. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you here so you can see that this is my new tubing here, and you can see he's thicker than the original there. I mean, he's not a huge difference, but it is the next gauge thickness bigger. But what we're going to do is just flush this end off, scribe up on the other end, and we're just going to whack them off. Okay, so we got them all flushed on the other end, and it is going to be this fancy. Get him out of the road. Just take our speed square, run it flush with the end, give him a scribe, give him a flip. Give them a scribe. There. Now the drops, we're going to use these drops to stiffen up in the middle of them. So just going to take our little portable bandsaw. cut here will make great bracing across. He is just a touch short. We're gonna have to add a little onto him, but he'll be all right. Okay, so we got our first chunk. And this is the one where we're gonna have to, I'll show that to you. So, if you don't provide drainage on your steel, let's get up and under here, you'll have this happen. And I don't know if you can see how bowed that is or not, but that's just water that got in there, froze, and just pushed them apart. Structurally, I don't think it hurt him too bad, but as far as lining stuff up for us today, he's going to be an issue. We'll just pound him in with a sledge and call it good. So we got our 10-pound sledge here. And yeah, it's going to get noisy. And yeah, we can work with that now. He'll be okay. So from there, all we got to do is square him in here. And where'd my tape go? Right there. And I had this little chunk of square tubing out here. This is as fancy as we're going to go for flush. He's flush. Okay, 3.5, 5.5. So 3.5 minus 5.5, 4.25. Is that right? Yeah, 4 1/8. No, 4.5. 4.5. Close enough to 4.5. It'll be just fine. We still flush? Nope. There we go. Get our little clamp. There. Do the same on the other end. I think this time we won't have to flush him. If he's short or long, you know, a smidge, it isn't going to make a difference. So he wasn't built perfectly square neither. Four 4.25 is short here. But there we go. Now the rest is just kind of tacking along as we go. Get our welder set up here. And he is pretty close to go. I just got to get the cords in him. So you give us a good ground right here, right? There's our ground. Get get our go. We want deep. And he's ready to zap. I'm going to back you up for that. We'll keep you in on this one, but we're just going to back you up a hair. A little bit of welding helmet. This is probably going to be us. There. Glasses, we don't need no slag in the eye. And we'll show you in nice and close. And that's what you get. Nothing special. But that ain't too bad for just up and going, yep, we're going to weld this together. You definitely ain't going to do that with a MIG welder. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I like my old stick here. He will burn through a bit of rust. Granted, this isn't the real horrible rust, but it's got some. You know, it's farm implement. Paint don't last for forever. And there's nothing wrong with a guy that does this kind of stuff. You know, farm welders and MIG welder, you just got to do more cleaning is all. Well, up and on I go. And I'm going to need, no I won't need, and you just buzz him down. I know I'm going to have some patch-in welding here. I mean, this rack was the main rack for the dairy for many, many years. So it isn't 100% perfectly straight. She's been bent and twisted, and you know, I couldn't tell you how many tons of hay have went down the road with this, but it's been a lot. And Dad does still use it for hay. He doesn't do near as much as he used to, but there. Now the next one's going to have to get pulled tight. And after he's pulled tight, I think the rest of us is pretty clear sailing. I do like this, so used to be you couldn't hardly walk on this rack without falling through. And now I'm not going to say that you aren't going to fall through, but it's a lot easier to walk on. Let me tell you that much. The only trouble is I put this tall running gear on here. Let me tell you, it's a climb. It's definitely a climb. There, that'll work. There. Yeah, I like that. I like that all around. The thing I don't like is I'm going to run out of stinger here pretty quick. I might have to tack them in so far and then turn them around and go at them again. think you guys are going to get the idea here. I think I might keep going with this. Got 4 of these to do, and I'll probably bring you back in when I'm there. All right, see you in a bit. All right, well there you have it. I got my 4 pieces tied in, and I've got some extra, but I think I'm going to change my game plan. I was going to run a couple pieces, 3 chunks across this way, and I had the steel for that, but I got to measuring the tender, and they're not going to be supporting on anything, so I don't think they're going to do me any good. So I think what I'm going to do is the stuff that I have here I'm going to weld together into I think they're 18-foot lengths. We're going to put one in here, and you see that gap on that side, one in there, and I think that's going to give us more what we want than if I was to run any cross braces. It's actually not bad as far as cross brace. I could possibly use something right here on the pivot, but that would be about it, and benefits there I think are kind of marginal anyway. I think running lengthways is just going to be a lot stronger for what we need. Well, with that, I know the video is getting kind of long. It's probably longer than I want to put up. I'm going to leave you with that, and probably go to town and go get 2 more chunks and weld them together, and I'll probably bring you in on that when I put the box up. Well, hope you enjoyed. See you next time.